Good morning, genealogy friends. Happy Monday. It is an exciting day for me. It might be an exciting day for you too. I don't know. My book is out. So the digital copy of my book is available right now. You can get a digital copy on my website, familytreenotebooks.com. I put it right at the top of the menu, so you can link directly to it, or you can find it in the category of guides, the same place that you'd find gift cards. You can also find it on Amazon Kindle right now, the digital copy, although you have to look for Family Tree Notebooks Carly Morgan. I don't think it's enough to just look for Family Tree Notebooks because it's pretty brand new. I was hoping to have a link for the print version as well. Completely my fault. I just didn't get the file to them in time. So it's going to be a couple of days before that happens. I will keep you posted, of course. And I don't know, part of me wants to actually order it myself and make sure it's okay before I give you guys the link, but we'll see. I haven't decided. I don't have it yet because it hasn't been created yet because I was too slow getting into them. Okay, you guys, I am really excited about this, but I could not stop adding stuff to this book. Look at how, granted, you guys are not going to print this all out and put it into page protectors like I did. Look at how thick this is. And I cut this down because I'm a crazy person. It turns out, I need water this morning, sorry. I am battling a little bit of sniffles. I apologize for my voice. Not COVID though, in case you were worried. Wow, I feel like I drank water and I cleared my throat and it got much worse. Hold on. Okay, is that, nope, exactly the same. So sorry. I'm just going to sound like I've been yelling at my kids all morning. Okay. Anyway, as I was writing this book, I realized I was basically trying to write too many books in one book. I have pulled stuff out of this book now, and I now know what my next book is going to be and the book after that. So anyway, this ended up at, I think 225 pages was the final count. And I just needed to stop. So, but this is the problem is I couldn't stop messing with it. I couldn't stop adding stuff to it. And that's why a print version doesn't exist right now because I didn't get the file to them until yesterday. That's how late I was tweaking this book. So anyway, and then I was late this morning because everybody who signed up for the beta course gets a copy of the book, and I was going to do that after the live. And at the last minute, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and send out that email. So if you are in the beta course, I sent out an email with a copy for you, the link for you to download a copy of this book. I also sent a link for the pages that you get with the course, which I hope that you'll be pleasantly surprised, maybe a little overwhelmed. We can talk about that. And you got an invite to the private group for the course. I'm very excited to get going on that with you guys. And I'm going to, and that's the thing. If you're in the course, you'll hear more from me in that Facebook group. So go and join it. Okay, so what did I want to do today? So I wanted to tell you that it was available, the digital book. And then I wanted to actually do a flip through. Which will be good because then I can stop talking because I sound terrible today and I'm so sorry. I'm going to flip through the whole book. I may or may not narrate because my voice is really horrible and I'm now feeling self-conscious that you guys have to listen to me squawk at you. But yeah, let's just jump into it so you guys can see what it is. Now here's the thing about the book. It really is designed to have this 2-page layout. That's the one thing about the digital copy that there's nothing I could do about it. So I hope that if you get the digital copy, I hope that you are able to read it in some way that lets you see both pages. It's not the end of the world if you can't, like if you're reading on a Kindle, if you're reading on an iPad. But it's, as we go on, you'll see that I really intended for the book to be read, so that you could see 2 pages at once. But I'm not going to show you each page, I am going to show you each page. I'm not going to zoom in, but we talk briefly about, what are the pages for? How do you purchase them? The different colors. Then we talk about making style choices for the book. And then I move into building your notebook, things that you'll have to think about. putting the pages together. So, you know, this is about how much is sort of the business of the pages. And then all of this pretty much, you guys, is getting to know the actual pages. I had mentioned this before, but this is not a general genealogy book. And I did not jump too far into, okay, how do I, you know, add photos and text? Because it's different for everybody. I use GoodNotes, but a lot of you don't. And I mean, I thought about adding a whole gigantic chapter on every single thing I could think of that you could use. But once you figure out how to add photos and text, then that's done. And this is what you have to worry about. So I decided that this was what I could really help you guys with. The rest of the internet can help you guys figure out how to put text and photos on PDFs. So if you get the book and then you're disappointed because that's not in there, that was a conscious choice, but that's something that maybe you should know before you decide whether or not you want to buy the book. Okay, let's get into, this is my favorite part of the book, that, you know, the 90% of the book is my favorite part. Okay, so I start by I tried to group the pages together into type. I start by introducing the function, you know, what you would need to know about using the pages. And then from there, I have 4 additional samples of variations of the page. Now, this is what I repeated over and over again. And I apologize that, you know, these are sort of small, but even in the print version, you should be able to see them. In the digital version, you can see them fine. I originally was going to have 5 full-page illustrations, samples. That's what I was looking for. And if you can take this much of the book and multiply that by 5, I mean, you can see why I feel like I warned you guys 2 months ago that I had started writing a book and was, you know, basically falling into madness. So you guys just get 1 big sample and then 4 little ones. But I talk about the variations, the choices that I made, and what you can do with the pages. I hope I'm not swinging around too much for you guys. Root person, ancestor profile, other ancestor pages. Here I'm talking about pages that you can use to start your ancestor chapters. Family member pages, other people, photo family trees, one of my favorites. Charts and pedigrees. Here we get into something I wanted to mention. I have new pages coming out because I'm insane and I can't stop publishing things. Some of the pages that you're going to see in the book aren't in the shop yet. They'll probably be in the shop tonight. That was on purpose. I told you guys, I think a month ago, I had a ton of pages that were waiting. I wanted to get the book out before I got the pages out. So, but here you can see this is a sneak. I really like this one. This is a new hourglass chart, and then I have a new block chart to add to the, I mean, I love the fan chart, but the problem with the fan chart is that it's so little and it's impossible to type onto it, so you have to do it by hand. And then I like the line pedigree, but again, you know, with the fact that both of these were horizontal, they just weren't my favorite. So I made 2 vertical, well, a vertical chart and pedigree, so that they fit in better with the pages. Okay, birth records, more baby pages. I have new pages for infant death and stillbirth coming out. Parents page, birth parents and adoptive parents, adoption records. I hope you guys aren't bored. Sibling pages, school pages, childhood pages, military records, and military pages, which were, you know, additional. Got, what do I have in here? Wounded in action, things like that. Marriage pages. Spouse profile, wedding pages, parenthood pages, children pages, census pages. Sorry, it's a long book, you guys. Occupation pages, residence pages, property pages, social pages, recreation pages, religion pages, medical pages, political pages, travel pages, immigrant pages, death pages, funeral pages, cemetery pages, mail pages, publication pages. You know when you say a word too much and it starts to sound weird? Pages is starting to sound weird to me. Story pages, social media pages, then and now pages. These are like timelines, things like that. Criminal records pages, event pages. Oh, I need to flip that, sorry. This page goes here, and then that page goes there. That will be correct in your book. It's just not correct in my page protectors. Country-specific pages, including, so the Polish pages are done. They've been done since December. If you're waiting for them, it's because I'm slow and just haven't put them in the shop, but they're coming. Source citations. People ask about this. And if you aren't thinking about this, then you need to think about this. So I'm hoping that chapter helps out a few of you. And then even more pages. This is not even all the pages. As it turns out, when I was moving files around, I'm at the point now where I have more than 1,000 pages if you count. So I guess if you don't count the left-hand ones, I'm somewhere over 500 different pages that I've created. And I have a long list of requests. I have a long list of ideas. And it just was too much. It was too much to put in the book. So even though you get 5 samples in here, that's not necessarily all of the pages that could have gone in that section. I just picked, 5 that I thought would be more helpful. But yeah, it's an overwhelming number of pages, which I think is great. It's always good to have options, but I know for people who are first starting out, that can be a bit much. So miscellaneous pages. And then this is going to have to be a whole separate book. I basically started volume 2 here, and then I had almost as much, and I had to sort of cut it up. So using the pages for research and inventory, I added a small section in the back, and then I just did some samples, research and inventory pages, research travel pages, and then I did want to make sure that I included some DNA testing pages, which also has a new page, the blank DNA test page for, just gathering screenshots and stuff. Those of you who've done Ancestry, don't you love the map? I love the map. And then I have a conclusion, which is very short because at this point I was feeling self-conscious about how much I just made you read. And then there's me, in case you don't see my face 4 times a day and you don't remember what I looked like. So that's the book, you guys. That's it. It's a thing. It's finished, and it's finished in the sense that I have to stop adding stuff to it. I got to just leave it alone. And I am going to give it to you in print very soon. I'm going to give you the link to where you can buy it in print. I can tell you prices because even though print's not available, it's because of formatting issues that I have to work on. It's not because, yeah. So the digital copy of the book, which is available on Kindle right now or available through my shop, which is probably the easiest because you can find it if you go to my shop. It's at the top of the menu right now, and it's also in the section that says guides and gift cards. That digital copy is $19.99. The print copy is going to be $29.99 when it comes out. So $10 difference. And again, I haven't seen the print copy because the print copy doesn't exist yet. So it'll probably go live and I'll share the link, and you might be getting your print copy the same day that I'm getting my print copy. And so if it's blurry, if it doesn't look good, if it's on bad paper, you and I are going to be finding that out at the same time. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, obviously you can also do what I did. You can take the book and print it out. I was very aware of the fact that I chose teal for the background, and that those of you who print at home and wanted to print the book are going to be really annoyed with me because, your cyan ink cartridge is going to be empty. But I wanted to choose teal because so many of the pages are white, and I really wanted to make sure that they popped out when you're looking at samples. So again, conscious choice, had to make a decision. And I have that ink subscription, so I was being an ink brat and not caring about the fact that I had to replace my ink when I was printing this out. Anyway, I hope that you really like it. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I just kind of need to let it go so that I can hand it off to you and see what you think of it. All right, that's all I was going to share today, just my gigantic 200 plus page book. If you are in those beta groups, then check your email. And if you didn't get an email from me, then reach out. And as for everybody else, I am not teaching tomorrow because it's Tuesday. I will be back on Wednesday. I'll go ahead and put the links to the book in the comments in this video. And if I get any update about the print version, I will link that as well. But I think it's probably going to be at least a week based on the timeline that they gave me, because like I said, I wasn't able to even get them the file until yesterday. So we need to go back and forth now, and I gotta see if I can fix some margins and do things like that. That might take a little while. Anyway, all right. Well, if you get your digital copy and you look through it, let me know what you think. I hope that it's helpful for you guys. And I will see you here on Wednesday.